What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm down at HBI Auto and we get to take a look at the all-new 2022 Lexus IS 500F Sport Launch Edition. So huge shout out to them for providing this sedan for me today. They're always getting in some awesome inventory, so check out their info down in the description. This IS 500 is finished off in an exclusive incognito gray, and they have a base MSRP right around $57,000. We're gonna start off today's review with what powers this IS 500. Underneath the hood is the naturally aspirated 5-liter V8 paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission. It pumps out 472 horsepower around 7,100 RPM and 395 pound-feet of torque around 4,800 RPM. This is rear-wheel drive. It weighs in right around 3,900 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds, up to its top speed of 149 miles an hour, and it has a fuel capacity of 17.4 gallons. You'll expect to see around 17 miles per gallon in the city and 25 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 110.2 inches. Its overall length is 187.3. It has a width of 72.4 and a height of 56.5 inches. As we work our way to the exterior now for the all-new IS 500, let's start off with these headlight housings. They have a really nice sleek design to them. Lexus is iconic for having this DRL with really crisp lines. You can see it runs right through the middle. We have the headlights and high beams just underneath that, and then the turn signal just above that. And I love all the bodywork that surrounds it too. Just matches really nicely. And then front and center, you can see the hourglass design for the grille. The surround is finished off in gloss black. You'll see the entire grille is finished off in gloss black as well. There's a really nice intricate pattern running throughout this mesh too to provide maximum cooling to that engine. You'll see the Lexus badge is front and center. It also acts as the forward-facing sensor, so it's nicely incorporated there. This has a forward-facing camera just above that, along with all the parking sensors, which are nicely integrated too. And you can see all the gloss black trim on the sides of the bumper too. There's even cutouts down in the lower section, just to provide even more airflow and better aerodynamics. And then on the hood, you can see really nice lines coming down both sides. Really adds to that sporty look for this luxurious sedan. And then on the side, you can see the 19-inch wheels finished off in matte black. Really nice multi-spoke design to them. You can see the black calipers just behind that, along with the F-Sport badge. The side mirrors are half body colored and half black. You can see chrome right in the middle, along with the integrated turn signal, and there's also a camera underneath each one. I'll show that camera system later on in today's video. You can see the sunroof, all the window trim is blacked out. There's even a nice black trim piece on the lower side skirt. There's also great lines that run down the side. You can see them down in the lower section of the door. Just gives it a really nice clean side profile look. And then in the rear, you can see the trunk mounted spoiler finished off in gloss black. This does have LED taillights. You can see they have a really nice dark housing to them, and they connect well with the LED bar that runs right through the trunk. This has a backup camera, all the parking sensors. The lower section of the bumper is finished off in gloss black. You can see we have some fins in that diffuser to give it that added aggressive touch. And then you'll see the quad tip dual exhaust, which will start up here in just a second. I really like how they have that staggered design to them. But now with the exterior out of the way, let's take a look at the trunk. You can use the button on the key fob or the button up underneath, and we can open this up, where you'll see there's a really nice flat surface. You have plenty of room on the driver's side there and on the passenger side to put in larger items if you need to. You can also see we have the optional net too. Definitely plenty of storage. And then with the back seats down, you can see there's a lot more room, making this a practical sedan that you can drive every single day. And then you'll see there's one grab handle up top. We have a really light trunk lid, so it's very easy to close. And now we'll work our way to the back seats. You'll see the door panels finished off in a really nice two-tone design. You can see the black leather along with this gray suede. We have stitching running along the armrest, even a wood trim piece surrounding the window control. Really nice trim on the release handle too, and even one speaker. And then you'll see that two-tone design continues on to these back seats. We have a really nice look to them. And at 5'10", it's time to hop into the back. And you'll see behind the front seat, we have a little bit of storage. I have plenty of room for my feet and my legs there. You'll see two air vents in the middle along with another storage pocket. And then my head is just up against the headliner, but these are comfortable seats. I could have another person back here, maybe one in the middle if you really needed to. Right in the middle, you do have the armrest along with cup holders in the front section here, so you can use those as needed. And you'll see the visibility out of the back glass. We do have a lot of glass. We have the grab handles up top along with the dome lights too. And you can also fold these back seats down. So from this perspective here, you can see how flat these seats go, just to give you that much more practicality if you need to use it. And then as we work our way to the front seats now, We have all that wood trim surrounding the window and side mirror adjustments. We even have the memory seating adjustments too, just in front of that release handle. There's plenty of storage down in the lower section along with one of the speakers. And then making our way to these front seats, you'll see that same two-tone design with all the stitching. Definitely a really nice bucket seat. We have all the power controls down on the side and a really easy way to enter and exit. The door sill is very low, so you can easily hop in, grab that grab handle. And then looking at the steering wheel, you'll see we have a combination of solid and perforated leather along with wood trim on the top. Really nice touch to see that. But now with my foot on the brake, let's go ahead and bring this to life. And then coming back to the gauge cluster now, you'll see over on the left side is the oil temperature as well as the outside temperature. You have your engine temperature and fuel gauge on the right side. And then front and center, you can see the tach along with your miles per hour and what gear you're in. And you can also go through a lot more information using all these controls on the right side. You'll see just below that too, we have the steering assist along with the forward sensor and then a pages button too. But using those dials, if I scroll down, you can look at the average MPG, you have your range as well. You can look at your gear position too. You have TPMS that you can monitor along with changing to kilometers per hour if you'd like to. You can see a visual for the forward sensor. We have a calm screen there if you want to pull that up. So you have a lot of info front and center. You also notice too that we have these steering wheel mounted paddle shifters finished off in a brushed color just to match everything else. You'll see the F Sport badge down below. Cruise control stock is also over on the right side. And then over on the left side, you can see Bluetooth and voice commands along with volume and tuning for the radio. Over on the left side of the steering wheel, you'll see way down below, we have the trunk release along with the hood release. There's also a view button for the camera system. I'll come back to that here shortly. We have automatic for the headlights. There's even a rear sunshade. So if I push on that button, you'll see that automatically raise up. You can push on it to lower it, of course. We have the odometer and your reset over there along with one air vent. You can see there's leather on the top of the gauge cluster there, which is great to see. And then right in the middle, we have this touchscreen system, which measures just over 10 inches. You have a lot more info you can go through. However, you can use this touchpad down below where you'll see map and menu along with this right here. So currently, of course, you can see the map. If I push on menu, now we have all these shortcuts down below. You have audio and phone, different apps that you can go into just based on what you like to use. You can also go to projection, which is how you can pair your phone to this system. We have info and setup along with the climates. You can easily go into this and adjust the temperature. You have where you'd like the air to go, fan speed as well. Really nicely laid out. And if we go back to menu, you can see all of this. We can pull the map back up in full screen. And you even have some shortcuts over on the right side. So if you want to quickly get to your climates, you can see that split screen design so you can still be on your map. You can pull up your music and all that information. So it's really nice and helpful to see. You'll notice we have two air vents along with a clock just underneath that. And then we do have some more readouts for the AC. You can see the temperature along with where you'd like the air to go and the fan speed. We have these bars over here that you can slide to easily adjust the temperature. You will see that appear in the upper screen too. And we have all the other adjustments here. We have the heated side mirrors, the front defroster, your AC, along with the hazards too. So it's really nice to have those laid out separate from that upper screen. You can see a CD player along with power and volume for the radio and tuning, finished off in brushed aluminum, which is a really nice touch. This model also has heated and ventilated seats along with a heated steering wheel. And you can see that we are in model 181 of the 500 produced. Really nice to see that small plaque there, great touch. Over on this side here, we have the different driving modes. So if you twist this dial to the left, that is for Eco. If you twist it to the right, we have Sport S and Sport S Plus. And then by pushing on it, that will go into normal. You'll also notice that the gauge cluster does change depending on the mode that you're in, which is really cool. I love that Sport S. You can see that entire tach is white front and center. Gives it a really race-inspired design. You'll see we have a snow mode along with traction control and the auto hold brake assist. And then moving on to the shifter now, let's take a look at that backup camera as I mentioned earlier. So you can see we have the top-down view over on the right side, and we have the guidelines with the backup camera on this left side here. You have a few different angles that you can go into. If I put the vehicle into drive, now you can see the forward facing along with the top-down view. And if I go back to that button over on the left side of the steering wheel, you can actually adjust the different settings just by pushing on that. So you can see another angle here. I can also push on this right here where the lines will turn with the steering wheel. So you can see that on both sides. And then obviously if I put it back into reverse, we have that same setup. So it's nice to have that 360-degree view. You'll see we have 2 cup holders over on this right side. The center armrest is finished off in more of that suede and leather. And then the release for it is up top. You can see there's plenty of room in there. It's a very deep compartment, so you can place a lot of items there if needed. We have the glove box where you have even more storage. We'll take another look at these seats. I love how the insert matches the door there. It's a really nice touch. This does have a sunroof, as I mentioned earlier, so we can open and close that manually. You'll see up front we have all the controls for the sunroof, of course, and then the touch-sensitive dome lights. All right, so as we get this 2022 Lexus IS 500F Sport out on the road, we're gonna give it a little bit of gas here. It's pretty cool. When you get up in the higher RPM range there, the white tack turns orange. Now, I'm not going anywhere close to redline, but that's pretty neat to see that it has that change to it. Just makes it a little bit more fun to drive, especially seeing how large that tack is. And I do have it in manual setting. I have it in Sport Plus. I don't have a long drive in this vehicle today, so we're gonna be in Sport Plus. It's not crazy loud, which is nice. This is still a performance or a luxury sedan that has performance to it. From third gear there, yeah, it's definitely not loud, but it's nice that we have the performance to it. So if you're looking for something that's going to be a really good daily driver, super comfortable, even in Sport Plus here, you have the best of both worlds, which I love to see. Lexuses are a lot of fun to drive. I've been in several other of the IS models, and I really like them. They're comfortable, they're quiet, they give you that under the radar performance, which is great, and especially being finished off in this exclusive color, it's definitely very nice. So let's move on to this interior now. It's a really nice layout. I love this larger screen here. We have all of these buttons here. Everything is laid out well, so it's not too cluttered feeling, but it definitely has a really nice look to it. And I love that we do have the touchscreen system, and these seats are really comfortable. I love the bolstering support. I just love this interior. It matches well with the exterior being all gray with the black accents. So we're coming up to another stop, and we're still in Sport Plus, so we can give it another acceleration from first gear here, and here we go. It has that good V8 noise to it. Not crazy loud, but definitely sounds good. I'm not sure if you guys were able to see when I came to a stop there as well, the forward-facing camera actually turns on. I'm not sure if that's a setting that you can change or not, but it's interesting to see. So if you're in parking lot situations or something like that, it will pop up just to give you a little bit more visibility, which can be helpful. And now as we switch over to the POV angle, we'll put it back into the manual setting. You can see on the gauge cluster here, that bright white. And just a mild acceleration. I'm sure the camera can hear that. Definitely sounds good for that V8. Here's another look at the interior so you can see what it's like to be behind the wheel of this. Definitely a really nice vehicle. I love how the mirrors are set back too slightly, so that gives you a lot of visibility on the driver's side. You can see over on that passenger side there. And then as we come to a stop, we can do a quick visibility check. So over my right side, you can see the pillar's not all that bulky, so you have plenty of visibility. You can see over this left shoulder too. We'll do another acceleration. And this definitely handles well. I haven't been on too many twisty roads today, but from past experience with other IS models, this is going to perform well. If you want to take this on some back mountain roads, you could take this on some long trips and still have fun. You have plenty of room in those back seats, along with folding them down if you need a little bit more storage. So you have the best of both worlds. It's great to see. All of these materials are really nice too. I love all of the wood trim. We have the suede on the doors, on the seats too, with the leather on the bolstering. It's a premium feeling vehicle, and that's what you would expect from Lexus. Everything has a purpose. We have leather on the sides here. There's a little bit of plastic up on the dash here, but it has a combination of the leather. You can see the stitching over on the passenger side cover there.
So it still gives it that premium look, which is of course great. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive, getting behind the wheel of this 2022 Lexus IS 500 F Sport Launch Edition. Once again, huge shout out to HBI Auto. I'll have all their info down in the description below. Definitely check them out because they get a lot of awesome inventory. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I'll see you guys in the next video.